Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F5 division. We're here round number 14 of the championship, I believe. It is the Russian Grand Prix, as you can see in front of the screen here, right in downtown Sochi, near to the where they used to have the Olympic Games. You can see one of the facilities there, or a few of the stadiums around, and these guys here tonight will be weaving their way in and around this nice flowing track. But it has changed over the last game. We've got some very dangerous orange curbs on the apex of pretty much every corner that might throw a few of the cars here tonight. For those of you who aren't or normally hearing the dulcet tones of RSF1 Raikkonen and are a bit confused at the moment, it's me, RSF1 Brundle. It's my tones this week. Raikkonen is away for the week, but he'll be back next week. I'm taking over for this one. And hopefully it should be a good, entertaining evening. I am joined, though, by Toxic CW in the box tonight. So, good evening, Toxic.
Evening.
And obviously you're preparing for your race later this week on Thursday.
Yep.
In the F4 division. Are you looking forward to this track? Because some people kind of like it, some people don't really like it that much. What's your thoughts around here?
I'm strong in the first and the second sector. I can keep a steady pace and know the track really well in that bit, but when I get to the third part, the last couple corners will just oversteer, can take over quite a lot, so it can kind of throw you off, but I'm hoping I can keep it on the track, no crashes.
Are you getting the same feeling as I have with this track? It has very much changed from the last year's game, all down to those big orange curbs on the apexes.
Yeah, they're really annoying. They really do take some time off you. Hit them in the wrong way, it can throw you about the track, so hopefully no one has that experience tonight.
Yeah, of course. The other thing is track limits for this track. This is a track always known for track limits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because most of the corners are flowing. One corner leads into another. So you need to have like a good rhythm. And if you're out of a rhythm, you're either turning in too much or too late. You can't really turn out of it, can you, around here?
No, it's hard to avoid penalties for going wide as well, because the entrance bit, like the safe come back on part, is very slim as well, so it's really easy to pick up a penalty or hit a wall at the same time. Maybe do a car loss signs. I think it'll be interesting. A good race tonight.
Yes. The other thing I've seen in previous seasons around here is the run down to turn one, Toxic. I don't know if you've seen it yourself, where that technically is turn one, isn't it? That right-hander, even though everyone takes it flat.
Yeah.
But because of that, and then you got the long run down to technical turn two with the chicane, you can see a lot of incidents there. Hopefully, and we haven't seen any this week so far, apart from a spinning McLaren, I think, last night in F3. We haven't yet. Hope it's not a commentator's curse. I haven't yet had the big one that all leagues tend to have, or most leagues tend to have, on this long run down to turn one. It's because it's so wide, the track, isn't it? You can go 3-4 wide going down there.
Yes, also on the left side with the technical turn one, on the left side there's like a little bit of track, and then so suddenly there's a wall that basically closes off that little area. So in the past I saw folk hit that. Had these good drivers here, I don't expect that, but anything can happen. It's a little nudge and it goes quite a few cars.
Tyre wear is not really an issue around here either. Softs to mediums, or obviously mediums to softs, if you can get the mediums through into the last through Q2. Obviously we'll talk more about strategy there, but does actually the low tyre wear kind of bring the drama down at this track, Toxic, do you feel? Or is it, or do you not feel that?
I don't know, it's an interesting one. I don't know. I think it makes the race pace quicker a lot quicker than other tracks when you have to go into hards like that. I think the recipe, yeah, aye.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, so tonight, obviously, F5 Championship, and the story of the F5 Championship so far is you have RSF1 Scotsman, or as I call him, the Flying Scotsman, because he's definitely been flying lately, leading the championship, but he has the McLaren driver of Jesse Racer behind him, always asking him the questions. Jesse Racer, the rookie to the league as well. Now our only female driver. Used to have two. Now I believe only we have one after St. Alonso left, although she might be back. Anyway, yeah, Jesse has showed some really, really good pace, really consistency, same as Scotsman. And in the championship, they're both leading the way very, very comfortably at the moment. But you still have the likes of Daniel, Tedist, Timmer, and Rogue. Still a mathematical chance of coming into the title fight. But the fact is, at the moment, and the simple fact is, that if Scotsman beats Jesse in any shape or form from now to the end of the race, in the remaining races, he is world champion of Tier 5. Because of that, Toxic, would you necessarily drive differently? If you say you have a target around you, or would it be just go as fast as you can?
I would just race as I would normally race, try and keep calm and do what I can do. I wouldn't really like to race any differently in any other way. I feel more pressure if I've done that. I think just keep it nice, keep it clean, and then race how he always does.
Yep. So running through the championship at the moment, Scotsman on 220 points. He has a 31-point lead ahead of Jesse Racer going into tonight's race. So even if he has a non-score and Jesse Racer wins, then he still leads the title, although it would have been cut quite considerably. So obviously Scotsman is hoping that not to happen. Then as I mentioned before, there is a gap back to Daniel P45. He is on 133 points, closely followed by Tedis on 126, and then Timmer on 122. And so even if they fall out the championship fight, there's a good battle there for third place.
Yes.
So that's a good one. Rogue is next on 87 points, and then One Tribal's on 70. They are the only ones left mathematically in with a championship fight, although Tribal and Rogue really need to be obviously the ones ahead by a considerable margin to keep in there. After Tribal, you got McCracken on 62 points, Double 58 with Force Menu on 58, Lincoln on 57, Immortal 41, Locker 37, Andy Yuzkin on 26, Haroldinho on 22, Shadow and Orphan on 11 points each, Kabuki on 5, and RSF1 Source on 3 points. In terms of constructors, I believe Alfa Romeo is leading the way, but I don't have that next to me, so apologies for that. What else needs to be said actually?
Yeah, Alpha are leading by 60 points on the Mercedes. And then
Is that in the F5 one?
No, that's just all together. I don't have the League 5 on me now.
Yes, that is the overall constructors, which I would know for a fact that Total Wolf, who is the principal of Alfa Romeo, is very, very strongly, he wants to win that. Don't know if the Mercedes ones is, but anyway, I'm going to be interviewing somebody before the race, and he has just joined with perfect timing, is McCracken, who is a fellow Williams driver. So, good evening to you, McCracken.
Hello, Brando. How are you doing?
You have ticked the box, haven't you?
I have ticked the box, yep.
Perfect. Yeah, so what are your thoughts as we are about 4 minutes away from lobby start in this race?
Russia's a weird one. I like Russia as a track, but a lot of penalties. I'm sure you know, Brando. There are a lot of penalties in this track for a lot of people. Qualifying's the same. It's so easy to invalidate that you might end up having to put in a safe lap just to make sure you get something on the board. So it's a 50-50 one, really. I think it could go well for me, or it could go horribly wrong.
Let me just bring up the Discord, sorry, because I think there was another message put to me. Yes, I believe so. Now, I don't know if whether you heard just now, but you are mathematically out of the championship fight. But you did join late-ish into the season, if I remember rightly.
It wasn't too late. I've missed a lot of races, unfortunately. It's not the season I've wanted to have, but I'll definitely be bouncing back next season.
Yes, most certainly. Obviously, assuming you'll be still in Tier 5, or obviously we don't know that, it's not our call, but where are you hoping to be? Where are you hoping to be next season?
I'd love to move to F4, to be honest, but I think right at this very moment I'm not quick enough. I just need to put in the practice, but I think we all know what F1 can be like sometimes, and sometimes you just can't bring yourself to practice as much as you should. I'm hoping to obviously change that attitude for next season, but for now I've not put in the time to be quick enough, really.
How have you felt driving the Williams this season?
I love the Williams.
Oh, you love it. I don't necessarily like it, to be honest.
Really?
As much as I feel I should. Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted a Red Bull, but I take a Williams. I wasn't too unhappy with it.
Cool. Obviously, we've got a fair few formidable tracks coming up. Obviously, we've got Suzuka next week. We've got Mexico, Brazil, obviously Abu Dhabi, the finale. Is there any of these tracks that you're necessarily looking forward to, where you can maybe challenge for a race win or even a podium?
I'd hope to be able to challenge for a podium in all of them, to be honest. But I don't know, like, the back end of the calendar is, funnily enough, not even my strongest. I like the start of the calendar. But it's a lot of tracks that I want to get better at, so it's kind of a win-win, because I'm going to practice a lot more for them. I quite like USA. But, again, it's another 50-50 kind of track, a lot of penalties. Just trying to keep it clean. So I'm just going to try and keep it clean and see if I can actually pick up something good.
Yeah. Any questions from you, Toxic, before we get going?
Nah. Just good luck. Hopefully we'll see you at the end.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, McCracken, and hopefully
Hopefully I'll be seeing you again later on.
Again, the idea with this is bringing somebody we don't normally talk to, but you could end up being on pole on the podium.
Pole.
So
calm down there.
You never know.
You get Scotsman and Jesse up in there.
You never
Scotsman,
know.
Jesse,
There's still space for
Rogue.
one more.
There's a lot. Rogue's quick. I'm pretty sure Rogue's here. My teammate, he's putting a couple of good laps.
Well, all the best to you. We're a minute away from lobby start, so I'll let you get on with it. And
Thanks a lot. Hopefully the race is good.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. No issues. Right, there is McCracken. Obviously, if he does get eliminated from Q1 or 2, I will tend to avoid speaking to him. It's not because I don't want to speak to him again. It's obviously trying to spread out the thing that he seems relatively confident, Toxic, actually.
Yeah, it seems like, off of how confident he's talking, I would say maybe top 5. I guess so far anyway, we'll see.
Okay, so the first thing I need to clarify here is Jessie Racer is in the lobby. She's racing under a different gamer tag called Restwell Ella. I do believe there is a very legitimate reason for that. I haven't personally been told, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be mentioned to me at one point. So Jessie Racer is here, so just to let you know, that is the one in the McLaren there, called Restwell Ella. We're just filling up now as well. We've got 19 drivers, and we should be getting underway very soon. Toxic, obviously, you've been in this situation many times before where we're about to begin racing, but there may be a few people watching that don't know how this feels, obviously, before league race. How does it feel? I mean, obviously, the nerves maybe, or the anticipation before a race.
I mean, I don't really get the nerves. It's if I'm in Q3 and I'm up by a couple tenths, that's when I start to feel more pressure. I feel like everybody's watching me, and a mistake that I make, I'll be criticised on. So that's when I get the most nerves. But apart from that, I tend to keep calm.
Yes, when you're purple sector 1 and then purple sector 2.
In
Q3, that's when the heart rate starts going.
Commentators can get really hyped up, and then you go bottle in the last sector, then it's not what you want to be seeing.
No. I didn't talk about last race, but I'll talk about it briefly as we are loading up now. But last race was in Singapore, and it was a very hectic race. Ended with half the grid on wet tyres and half the grid on intermediate tyres because of the mixed conditions. Wet weather around here, Toxic, will be very interesting, wouldn't it? Because that changes this track. It becomes very fiddly rather than nice and flowing.
Yeah. It's a very different track when it then hits it. You can't keep anywhere near the same pace as you would in the dry.
Yeah. I was saying about Scotsman earlier, Toxic. He was actually leading in Singapore with I think it was a lap and a half or half a lap to go in the wet conditions, and lost the lead to the one person he did not want to lose the lead to, and that was Jesse Racer. Do you think Scotsman needs to get that back? Because I reckon that would have hurt a bit. Because I believe he was leading quite comfortably before that spin as well.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose he
would that be on his mind, do you reckon?
Probably. He probably feels like he needs to get back from that, back to his usual self. Hopefully he'll be up there today, feeling much better than last week.
A few people in the chat. Hipperman, which I believe is Haldino. Good evening to you. Good luck to you as well. Source as well. Joshy175, good evening to you. Hopefully you are all doing well. And I also saw briefly Invade Matt, who has just signed up to RSF1. So welcome to the league, Invade Matt, whatever your gamer tag is. But we are getting Q1 underway, and a 19-strong grid, Toxic. It's always good to see. Late in the season, we've still got healthy numbers.
Yep, it's much better for this rather than the boring Q1 when there's no one going out. So we have two drivers coming out right now. That's RSF1 Sauce and one Tribal, the Red Bull. Interesting to see what the weather's doing, see if we can get a weather report with MD.
Yep.
I'll just try and see. And
as always this session is you just, like the usual suspects, like you normally qualify in top 10, just set a lap, don't you? You just don't have to push 100%. Don't have to put everything on the line in terms of track limits and the walls. Just set a lap, comfortable as you are, and then move on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to get a little nice calm lap in, and then the other end if you need to go. That's when you push harder, because we don't want to push too hard in the first lap, then end up in the wall. Last thing you want to be doing.
Quite a few heading out onto the first lap. McCracken, Jamie in the Ferrari, Haldino in the Haas, and Yuskin. But it's going to be Source that is going to be taking us around Russia for the first lap in the session of Q1. Looking at our top 15 drivers, so we'll be losing 4 unless anybody crashes. Let's hope they don't. But Toxic, do you want to take us through the lap on board of Source?
Source, get to him right now. Let's go. Right, we cross the line here. I tend to avoid that curb in the exit at the last corner. This means to slow me down a little bit. DRS nice and tight into that technical first corner. Down here you can late brake here. Keep it nice in the track there, don't invalidate. Stick it wide, then go in nice and tight. Carry as much speed as possible around the large bend. Use the curb on the left and on the right here as he does. Doing that a little bit more, but it's all good. This next right hand up. See these invalidate there as he slows down a little bit. Nice and tight, and then round this fast of orange curves, which can be dangerous. Onto the second one, it's the most deadly one I think. Goes round it, playing it safe. Up to the right hander before the DRS, get a good run into here. Oh! Invalidated.
So the tribal, continue on.
Tribal, who's now got a DRS. Running down this little long straight. Going into the, what I would class the hardest sector of this track. Nice entry there and there. This is one of the hardest corners, you can really easily spin out right here. A little bit of a slide there into here. Keeps it on the track though. And I lost a little bit of time. And then the last two corners, carry as much speed as possible. And across the line, you'll be getting a 1:33.7.
It's in a lap. Although, what are we thinking? F5 31s probably.
Yeah, 31s, maybe high 31s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alfred a bit across the line.
Andy is going 32. That's a bit more like it.
Yep.
And Andy up there.
McLaren, I think, a bit across the line. Starting his lap.
Mercedes of Kabuki, I think, will be next.
You can find the last corner. 35.
That last corner is particularly annoying. Toxic, I believe. I think that was Rogue. He's beginning. Be McCracken next. Yeah, that last corner is particularly annoying, isn't it? Because you don't want to cut it. Obviously, you want to get a good exit, but you specifically don't want to cut it because it can invalidate your current lap and the lap that you're about to begin as well, and that can be painful, especially in Q3.
Yeah. Hardest Oya Immortal goes second, 1:32.3. Was that bit across the line?
So begin his lap.
Was that a Mercedes spun round?
No, I think it was just let him through.
Nah, Sauce, he's the front left end plate damage.
Yeah.
Hitting again. McLaren coming round now.
And a
Lincoln.
oh,
Over the big bump, sliding. Keeps going up.
that chicane, we've seen Tribal do it, and Lincoln Dave there, especially that first curve. Ooh, very deep in the last corner. 35-1 from him. Yeah, that chicane, it's cambered corner, that first part, isn't it? And that's what makes it so tricky. You hit that curve too hard, it's going to just send your car understeering wide into the wall potentially.
And that's a lot
Rogue.
of potential time lost.
Rogue with a 32.2, 1,000th quicker than Andy Yiskin.
Who's that across the line?
Cracking for a second lap. That's another thing as well. Because of the low tyre wear, Toxic, I've seen it already this week. You could do multiple laps on soft tyres and still be alright. Especially with the ERS as well.
Yep. Daniel's invalidated in the tough chicane.
Got Tedis next in the Ferrari.
Here we go, current the second last corner. Into the last, nice and tight. 32.4,
Nice.
P4.
Shane, that is Jesse Racer. That game attack. Who
Right.
is just on the nap lap at the moment. That is Jesse Racer. Who's next? Locker, who's invalidated.
Uh,
Let's see strategy we are going to be on board.
Scotsman out these outlap.
17 viewers watching so far. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully a good, smooth race ahead of us. Just 10 minutes left to go in Q1, as our championship leader is about to begin his first lap of the session.
Stay on board with him.
McLaren coming round, I think, again of... That's Jesse about to begin.
I'll sit on board with Jesse. Jesse.
Haroldinho in the chat saying, what time do we reckon will be safe to get to Q2? What do you think, Toxic, looking at these early times?
Maybe I don't know, 32.9? I don't know, it's quite a few. It's really varied right now. There's 32s and then there's 33s and there's 34s.
I'd say Haroldinho, he was asking the question, 33.5. I'd say Haroldinho's time is on the cusp of saying that could be safe, then again it might not be.
Yeah, trying to think who. I think a 30, maybe a 33.1. Depends if the lats were just, what do you call them? Thingies. Practice.
Amy in the Ferrari, already in the 31s, 31.8. Beats everyone by 4/10. Good lap from Jamie. Here comes the Scotsman. This is going to be a fair indication. And it's a 31.6.
And Jessley right behind him across the line.
Line already.
32.2.
32.2. Nice. So, my first marker there. The Scotsman already in the 31s, but Jamie there. Let's get up at the top. Jesse, only 4 thousandths ahead of Rogue, who is 1,000th ahead of Andy Yuzkin. Very close as Locker's done a 32.6.
MDL's coming round right now.
We've got a Renault next of Spursy about to begin.
Renault.
The Haas of Shadow Moses.
Start these laps.
Lincoln. Interesting little strategy here by Lincoln. Although it could be just practice laps. He's now gone 4 laps on a same set of softs here, Toxic. A little bit different.
Yeah. I'm sure maybe he's just trying to get some practice in that he hadn't got before the race, but yeah, that's an interesting strategy. Hopefully we're going to fresh first tires before then and get a faster lap in, because he's in the danger zone right now.
Locker with a 3rd lap on the softs goes to a 32.1. Gets up there with the leaders, so good lap there from Locker in the Pink Panther Racing Point. A bold statement from Jamie in the chat there. That's not really something you should admit. Apparently that was an 80% lap there, Toxic. Not exactly a thing I would necessarily admit. I think you would agree there, Toxic.
Yeah.
Should be 100% all the time. Good lap nonetheless.
Sposs. Just coming round into the second to last. Onto this last corner now. 33.9.
Bruce, but stays 15th.
The Scotsman retires, must be confident.
Most is running very deep. Perhaps maybe trying to give his teammate slipstream of Haroldinho because they're very close on track, but Haroldinho's actually backed off.
And validate. As Lincoln goes again. 5 lap old now.
Orphan running slightly deep into that chicane now.
Car spun round.
That one in the Alphas.
Yes.
It's Daniel.
He's no damage. So good. It's a bit wobbly though. Now J3 goes second. 31.8.
Nice. That's again third lap on the. Quite a few people here, Toxic, are doing multiple laps on these tyres. They do seem to be going quicker each lap they do.
Yes. Interesting strat. I might have to take that on to Moan Racing first, David. We'll see. This is that.
You're on board. You're on board the popular Irishman, Timmer.
Oof.
This goes through turn 4. You can tell by the movements in the wheel that he is a wheel racer.
Shadow
into the middle sector.
Shadow Moses really looks like he's struggling around here. I see him link up the car.
Still 4 minutes to go.
Who's coming round?
Oh, Timmer getting a little cheeky slipstream from Jassy there on the back straight.
She's run out of fuel.
Looks like a tidy lap from Timmer so far. So let's see how he handles the chicane here. Don't hit it too much. Yeah, give that curb a wide berth. Turn the car in. Hope it sticks a little bit loose on the back end though. 1 or 2 corners. He's got a bit of VRS left to play with. And there should be enough to go through. Goes 12th on a 33.2. Might be enough. They might want to better that just a little bit, just to be safe.
Yep. Who's next round? Validated. Invalidated. Red Bull.
Yes.
Now lap.
Oh, wow. Awful. Goodness. That's a line and a half through there.
Yes.
Oh, Kabuki as well, jeez. Brakes. She improved as well. 33.8. Albaldino goes 10th.
Mercedes coming round. The outlap. Yes.
Right, just over 2 minutes to go. Spursy on an outlap should be enough to get round because it's in the first sector at the moment. This is where the pressure builds. You don't want to be eliminated in that first session.
One Tribal and Shadow Moses seem to be playing around in the track. The Shadow Pits.
I think Shadow's done.
That's spun round car is. Rogue.
Right, so Orphan and Shadow Moses will be eliminated because they're into the pits. Won't get back out in time, so that leaves Lincoln, Spurs, Kabuki, Tribal, Timmer, and potentially McCracken. McCracken? Would you say McCracken's safe there in 12th on a 32.9?
He feels safe, he's retired. I think he's safe, he's 2 laps. Well, Shadow Moses is just retired there. Spurs and Lincoln on the outlap, so they should get round and start a lap. I think he's safe.
Yeah.
Kabuki's in 5 lap old softs now.
He hasn't pitted either.
That's interesting strategies from many people tonight.
Enough if he improves on 6 lap old softs, manages to get through, it's save a set of tyres, but definitely a different strategy.
Indeed it is. It's that. McLaren at Lincoln's just starting his lap.
Kabuki's a 10th up on his first sector. He's actually going quicker.
This RSF1 Sauce has got a really good pull off of Lincoln right now. Lincoln's just
helping the straights, but not necessarily through the corners though, would it?
no. I would like to have a chunk further back, cleaner air.
Timmer's invalidated, so he stays on the 33-2 on 13th. Leaves Kabuki next. Session is over. Oh, Kabuki hit the curb a little bit too hard, and the car went sideways. I think he's in trouble. Yeah, he's in the pits. Can Spursy right behind him knock him out of the session? 33. He does. Does that put him safe? Because you've got Lincoln Dave, the last one in the drop zone to finish a lap.
He's going around there in the dodgy club tees.
Oh. Jeez.
Deep. Keeps it going though.
But a 33-4. He does. 32-9, which knocked Spursy out in the Renault.
And that's us. Yep, Tribal is backed off his lap.
Bessie went on a second lap, but unfortunately invalidated on the same set of tyres. Actually went a little bit quicker as well, matched her time in second, but there is Q1 done and dusted.
Easy as that. Screenshot.
And I have to say, just over 6/10 covering 9 of them. That's not too bad whatsoever, is it?
Nice.
Although you got the top 3 by a couple of tenths, and then from 4th to 9th there's a couple of tenths as well. So it looks quite competitive tonight.
Yeah, it should be good. Looking at the Q2 now, times seem to be sharpen up even more than Q3. Usually really tight.
Yep. So eliminated from Q1 is the Renault Spursy will start 16th. 17th Kabuki in the Mercedes. 18th for Starzolfen in the Racing Point and Shadow Motors. 19th in the Haas.
Check real quick.
Right, here we go. Into Q2. This is where strategy is coming into play. Now, have you done any strategy practice for Thursday Toxic on the tyres?
Not yet. I've just been doing practice on the softs, really. Haven't really been doing strategy. I'll just usually try and get through on Q2 on the softs. No, sorry, the mediums. If I can, then it's the softs, but some people like the soft to medium. It's a good mix.
Jamie in the chat, rain in 20 minutes. I did notice it did seem to have clouded over a little bit.
That'll be interesting. That'll be the Q3, just a little bit into it, halfway through it.
Be interesting. Yeah, from what I gathered on Sunday with qualifying is obviously the ideal strategy is to try and get through on the mediums, but the mediums are quite a bit slower than the softs. Put it this way, if someone goes through on the mediums, I'll take my hat off to them.
Just depends what
They're
Abdurrahman does.
Yeah.
We've got a good mix.
Considering the tyre wear is quite low around here, you just want the good start, don't you? So the logical thing would be starting the soft tyres, unless you're outside of the top 10. Obviously, go on the hard tyres, harder tyres, and hope for a safety car.
That's always a thing that can change your strategy as well, safety car. Some folk will dive in and take gambles. Sometimes it pays
Yeah,
off,
see,
sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, see Jamie in the chat. Yeah, that is right. 1.3 seconds slower the mediums are to the softs around here. So, big gamble. Try and get through on them, but it is possibly worth it.
It's always worth a try, I suppose. You've got the time to settle after mediums, then it doesn't pay off, you've got the time to come back into softs, but a decent one. Got a good mix though of mediums and softs. About half and half really. And he's the first one to go around the track from the softs.
Yeah, nicely done through turn 2 and 3, kept within track limits. Turn 4, this long, almost never-ending left-hander. You've got to keep the car to the left as possible. Turn 5, nicely done. Decent beginning to the lap. There's a 33.1 first sector. Again, you want to sort of run the cars as much as you can, but you've got to be careful.
The big orange clubs. Makes that nice.
He's looking well so far.
Doesn't hit the cups too much. A bit wide there.
Yeah, didn't get the car turned in, did he, in that one?
Keeps a good pace, so hopefully it won't affect his time too much. This goes again. A little bit deep in there. Hooks it back into the left-hander though. Up to this terrible corner in my opinion. Keeps it nice though. Doesn't look like he's struggling through there.
I reckon this is going to be a very solid banker lap. Few mistakes, few times left the brakes, but I think this will be decent.
8. That's a strong lap.
Nice. Right there near the top.
Lincoln's a 33. Hero.
That was Jesse in a 33.
I thought it was, sorry.
Yeah.
Golden bankers and mediums.
Scotsman 31.8, just behind his teammate.
Who else? Ferrari.
Rival 33.7, just ahead of Source.
Jamie going purple, second sector. Bit slow out of the tunnel area.
Ooh.
Oh, big drift.
Whoa! Jeez.
He's struggling for grip.
Getting very loose.
33. Yeah, 33.4.
Validated, last corner.
Oh,
Oh,
that'll be annoying.
very annoying.
As a Moto 32, 33.1.
Nice.
And just
Yes, he's invalidated on the second run, so I have to go again. Source has as well. I do feel, looking at this early stages in qualifying Toxic, I think there's going to be quite a bit of track limit penalties come race day.
yes. Corners, if you miss one apex, then the next corner can come hard and you lose so much time. Get frustrated yourself, start pushing too hard, and time comes to penalties.
Haroldinho improves on his second lap on the softs, 32.4. Again, ideally, Q2 want to be doing 1-2 laps maximum on your starting tyre, because as we should know by now, obviously, what time you set in this session, you will be starting on the tyres that you set that lap on, regardless of how many laps you've done, whether you're spun in them or so on. So you'd have to be somewhat careful, because that can affect you in the start procedure.
I've been.
I guess around here wouldn't be affecting you too much.
Not really. The tyre wear isn't that bad. You should be good with a 2-lap hole. I wouldn't recommend pushing it any harder than that. Reducing it out a lot now.
Yeah, all on out laps at the moment.
Rogue. There he goes. Be interesting to see if this rain does come. The start of Q3.
Definitely seems to be clouding over a little bit more.
You can see the clouds coming in and go down that big long straight. But interesting, if it's 20 minutes then there should be 5 minutes of dry, so I think Abdi will be rushing out to get our laps in.
Yeah. That's the one thing. I know there are many things still problematic with this game. But I do think that's the one thing in this game I believe they have got right. However small it is, now, however, like, people don't really care. Somewhat. Oh, it's Rogue. I knew as soon as he turned in too early. At that corner there. The cloud box, or the sky box, what it's technically called, with like, because in previous games, like, it went from sunny to like cloud within seconds. This, it builds up and it kind of, I know it's something small, but I think it's a little thing. It's a little thing.
Little things matter.
Somewhat right. Yeah.
Like, you can't see it clouding over really quickly now. His sauce is just cutting all the corners.
Jesus, Sauce. I thought it was heading towards the wall there.
Yeah, it's just getting the shortcuts. Allowed. There's his 3 laps in his mediums as well. He's behind him with hopping onto the softs just to get a fresher tyre. He goes cutting that corner as well.
The other thing I like is when the car is close to the wall, you hear the echo.
Yeah.
I like that. Ooh, slight lock up from Teddist.
Also, I used to, in 19 when you used to lock up and that, the marks would disappear for a couple laps. Now they seem to be there the whole race. See, as Teddist comes round onto the last corner. 33.6.
33.6. Goes 9th. Weird, it looked like a solid lap, at least towards the end of it.
Yeah, it's Alpha. Daniel coming round. Heading in the second to last corner on the softs. I like a slight lock up there in the last corner. 32. 32.2. Puts him third.
Bad.
I think.
It's like leave of the wheel.
Yeah, I think quite a few of the medium runners might be panicking and going to the softs.
Here comes Rogue. The Williams has been looking very quick in qualifying lately. And
First place.
there we go. Backs up my saying. 31.7.
So coming across next.
I think there's an Alpha next of Scotsman. Who is he going on another lap? He is. On is that a fresh set? I think it is. Orphan's left. Can you invite Orphan back, please?
Orphan? Is that a first spin before?
Oh, locker. Locker's had a bit of a moment just past the chicane. No damage though, and no harm done. Your time to recover. Right, let's see with Jamie. Still, car looks very, very loose. Bit better through the chicane. Second gearing. Again, though. Let's see.
Sunday.
33.3 goes 10th. So now all those, highest to medium is now 8th toxic. So I think you have to go on softs now.
Yes. Unless you really want to start in
The field looks too close to me.
Yeah, if I was Jamie right now, I'd be hopping into this lap and then getting the soft one and coming straight back out.
Well, he's got a choice, hasn't he? He either, if he does another lap, he's risking not getting back into the pits again. It's 31.5s and Scotsman. makes himself a lot more safer than... Well, he was safe anyway, just makes himself even more safe.
Yeah, Jamie could be taking a large gamble here. Interesting.
So, yeah, he's fine.
See if he can go any faster.
1.6 down, so he's already down in this lap, so... Has to... Oh, he's going to be touch and go.
Yes. A bit of slide again. Which is nice though. Oh, he's pitting. Oh.
2 minutes 20 as he enters the pits. That... It's one of those times where you'd wish there was a thing on this game where you could pit, just put on fresh tyres and go back out again, like they would do in real life.
Yeah.
Rather than just be wheeled back.
Yeah, but I'm not close to any.
Tribal's backed out of his lap on the mediums, and he's not going to get in and out again, so Tribal is done.
I don't think he'll make it. Ah, it's going to be really close.
And Jamie's out at the moment because someone's gone up. I think it was Lincoln. It's gone to a 32.5 and 7th. Yeah, you need to be heading out of the pits now, and they're still being wheeled in. So Tribal and Jamie are done.
Yep.
Right, so you've got Locker, Source, Tedist, all on a lap on softs. Trying to make them go through. You've got Immortal, Jesse. Timmer is done, so he might not make it through the Q3. They're in 8th.
Jamie won't be making it through either. Not enough time.
Has come around Haldinho. Daniel as well. Daniel's on an out lap. He doesn't feel safe either.
Yeah, he should be good, I reckon.
Jessie Race is about to finish the lap she's on. Looking to get into the 31s, I think. 32.0.
Jamie's...
He's 5th though.
Jamie's pushing, but he's noticed the wait in the time.
There's no way.
No, he can't.
Oh, he's desperately trying to. He's track it. I still think he's not going to make it at all.
So that's not a
Tribal as well.
Yeah, I think he's noticed he can't make it.
Yeah.
But kicking
Yeah,
himself.
Tribal as well. Time is up.
That's RSF1 Lockhart around the second into the last corner. 32, 3.
8th.
He's safe for now.
Put Source on the bubble in 10th, and Tedis, who's just about to come round.
Yeah, he should be safe.
8th as well, so Source is out.
Yeah, hard.
Haldinho makes it into Q3.
He's lucky as well.
So, out of Q2, and nobody got through on mediums. They all had to go on softs in the end. But out of Q2 is Source in the Mercedes, only just. That was really close, a couple of hundreds. Lincoln Dave in 12th, Timmer 13th, Jamie 14th, and Tribal 15th.
Just look at that sky. Right now it's got really dull. Well, we've seen the rain at the start of Q3.
Oh.
Just wait on the drivers to come back and retire. Moto and Jesse.
Haven't checked in the chat. Is audio good? Pitch quality all good? It's not buffering or anything? I haven't seen anybody comment, so I'm guessing it's alright. Early indications at the moment in terms of the times here, Toxic. Scotsman looking good, but we've got the likes of Rogue, Immortal, Andy up there, the Kraken.
Yeah, it's close at the top. Q3 it'll be. Probably even closer near to the end.
Unless it rains.
Yeah, that'll
Unless we...
challenge empty skills. Hopefully they'll just try to make it round, not crash out of that.
Right, there we have it. Shall we speak to someone there? Who can I think of? See if Source would want to join. In the Mercedes. Only just knocked out of Q2 there.
Yeah.
And here he joins us. Make sure you tick the box, please, Source. And welcome. Only just missed out on Q2, unfortunately. Looks like a couple of hundredths in the end. Well, what are your thoughts heading into this qualifying? Were you expecting Q3 or just seeing how it goes?
To be honest, this ain't one of my best tracks. I was hoping for Q3. I knew that I know that this is quite a tough league with battling and times being very close, and it was just I was on the mediums. I didn't say a bad time on the mediums. I went on softs because I knew I wouldn't get through on the mediums, so I had to go to soft, and I pulled a bit of time on my lap from my mediums, but I think it was the second to the last corner. I had a tiny little slide, which cost me, I think it was a tenth and a half. But I still don't think that would have been enough to help me into Q3 anyway.
Yeah. How are you finding the Mercedes this season? Obviously, started off being a silver car, it's now a black car. So, what do you think?
It's a bit of a change. I do because it's a bit of a change from me because I come down from Division 4, and I had a full-time seat at Red Bull. So, luckily, even though I come down a division, luckily I managed to get what I think is sort of a better car, and could help me get a few more points. Which I have.
No offense to Red Bull.
Yeah, no offense to Red Bull. I love driving for Red Bull. I had a great teammate in Fish Sticks, so I know he's racing on Thursday. So
Yeah, still
wish him all the best. But I'm liking the black.
All good. Obviously, we're coming up to the back end of the season. Only a few more races to go. Feels weird, actually. It feels like the season's flown by. I see obviously in the chat all the time in F5, you got yourself and Howardinho and Jamie all talking amongst yourselves. Is there a little bit of rivalry, a little bit of friendship going on between them or anybody else in this division?
I wouldn't say rivalry between anyone in the chat. I think we all just love supporting the stream and supporting the league, and just watch. I tend to try and watch every single race, but I especially watch every race. Even like when I'm racing, I have my stream up right now, watching it. So yeah, but I know in the first two races that I come down to Division 5, I had a feeling that me and Daniel P45 had a little rivalry because we had quite a good battle in one of the races, and we were like back and forth the whole race.
What your thoughts heading into the race? Dry race, I've been told. So, be starting on fresh tyres. We're obviously hoping for any kind of points.
I'm hoping for at least a few points, and I'd be happy with P10 to be honest, because I know there's a lot of people, and this track gets you a lot of penalties. It's just I think I might. I don't know if I still haven't decided if I'm going to start on softs or mediums yet.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see. Good luck to you in the race, and maybe speak to you later. But if not, best of luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, just rushed out. And the laps, they're all very close.
Yeah, on the middle sector. Oh, Jesse, no! Oh, that looked like to be a good lap. There's a 31.4 from Jesse, but she cut the last corner. That's going to invalidate in the next one as well. Rogue takes provisional pole on a 31.7. It's all coming through in a cluster of cars. 32 from Scotsman. Daniel, Haroldinho in there. They seem to be holding each other up. There's a Red Bull of Immortal coming round.
1, 2. And
2, 3. Locker.
whoop.
Very unfortunate there from Jesse, and obviously with the rain potentially coming in, those clouds look very ominous. As Tedis goes second on a 31.9.
Is that a car spun round? No, it's a car spun
Oh
round.
goodness, what's going on there? Oh, Daniel and trying to get out of the way. It was tapping the wall there.
That's the problem with update at one time, not leaving enough space. It's just very frustrating behind somebody in a lap.
And Yuskin back head on to the back straight. Been very good in Q1 and 2. I've noticed both the Alpha drivers are hugging the wall on the right hand side as they head up to this corner here. Maybe to open up. Oh, the corner, and he had to turn out of it. Was there damage? I think there was. He tapped the wall. Is there wing damage? Give me... No, I think he got away with it. Lucky boy. Would have affected his time though.
Jesse goes again. Quite a few drivers are staying out.
Scotsman. 31.5. 31.8 for Andy. Goes third. But Scotsman takes the pole away from Rogue.
Jesse's racing round again. Before we are hearing there's rain coming.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get a lap in before that happens. Because there's no chance of beating that when it's raining. This is another...
Okay, that's the Williams just getting out of the way of the two Alphas there.
Yep. I think I just saw Raiden.
No, still holding off. Bit of pressure for Jessie because she invalidated the first one. Validated the next one because you got in the last corner. To me, she's gone on a third lap on the sauce, runs quite deep into that corner there.
It was purple second though, so
Yeah.
might not affect too much. She seems to be out of fuel as well, so can't really go for another lap after this, so better only...
Oh no! Oh! Under a bit of pressure, I think.
That'd be a clip for the stewards though.
Yeah, because that was.
Crossing the line.
I don't know whether she questioned about going into the pits, changed her mind, and then changed her mind back again. With that, because it looked like she was going to go into the pits, then turn left, and then sort of cut the corner. So because she cut the corner, then back in. But I'm not sure you're able to do that.
I was that hanging in Discord though, the day there about that, how if you do cross over you're not supposed to come back and you have to do another lap.
I think that's to do with the race, though.
Race.
Yeah, because that can be quite dangerous, obviously, if you do that.
Yeah.
Qualifying might not be under that rule.
I suppose if there's not as many folk around you and it's empty maybe a bit, maybe alright. See.
Rain's still holding off.
There's only 4 minutes left, so Jesse hopping back out again.
One of those things you do not want to leave it at the last minute just in case the rain does hit in the last minute.
Yeah. So this left.
Ah,
Right.
Tedis left the session. Can you?
Yeah, get them back in.
Yes. That might be potentially very damaging for Tedist. Right, so we've got Rogue, Daniel, Immortal, Haroldinho, Locker, and Jesse all in an outlap. as Geraldinho goes for his second attempt in Q3. If I remember rightly, I don't think Geraldinho's been in Q3 many times this season. Could be feeling nicely through turn 2. Then through turn 4, try and hug the car on the left hand side as best you can. Open up the corner for turn 5. Nicely done. We've got a 32.3 so far. It's a 10.5 down on his first sector. It's all about the middle sector now. I'm going to get the nice flow through these 2 corners. Nicely turned in through there. And double apex left-hander. It's okay to miss the first one, just mind the second one. This 90-degree right-hander had to turn out of it there. Only just down in the middle sector.
Stop.
As Orford has also left.
Okay, should get him back in.
There's a fair few. Dropping out the lobby, not all at once though, which is good for now. Oh, there's the rain! There's the flash!
Yep.
Here comes the pressure. 2
Jace,
minutes to go, you gotta get your lap in.
Yeah, JC's in the long left-hander.
Geraldinho improves. Goes ahead of Immortal. So anybody who is lower down than they want.
It's not so bad now, it's just got a lot of confidence to keep pushing as hard. Even when it's late.
Fortunately, due to the lag out, I think Tedis is going to be done. Oh, as Daniel! Oh! Now he tried to slow down, but the pit lane missed it though, but his qualifying is done, as is Rogue's. Who's...
Jessley's next to cross, went purple second sector again. We're looking to not invalidate here, this is our last opportunity. Nicely done through there.
This is going to be potentially the last lap for Jessie. She's had to put a lap on the board. Down to this final corner where she come the first time. Got it nicely done. Pole position.
Very close.
Only just ahead of Scotsman, and Scotsman's invalidated on this lap, so she's taken it away from Scotsman under his nose.
McCracken, purple second sector.
The 10.5 up, which would put him ahead of Daniel and maybe ahead of Tedis potentially. And second!
Ooh.
What a last sector! Nearly takes pole away.
It's very
What a
close.
last sector for McCracken.
Very close to these top 3 right now. Andy's
Comes Andy
crossing the line. Oh.
Andy. Oh! A thousandth off the front row. That is ridiculously close. Now, Scotsman doesn't make the line. By a second, he doesn't make the line, so he will stay 4th.
It's maybe on again, he's got enough fuel to keep going, it's just
And that's it.
the weather. Sorry.
And that's it. Wow. Look at, if you put it on leader.
Leader.
Look how close that is. That is ridiculous. Wow.
If that's how close it is here, I expect a really close race.
I have to say, that is a very, very good lap from Jesse. Under pressure as well. In dampish conditions, 1 lap. Pole position. Very close as well. And McCracken with a wonderful last sector. He got like 6/10 up on his last sector alone. Nearly got it. Andy ahead of his teammate Scotsman as well. Rowe got there in 5th. Tedis 6th. Daniel 7th. Geraldinho 8th. Immortal 9th. And Locker 10th.
Yes. Very close at the top. Yeah, that'll be empty.
Wow. I don't think I've seen a qualifying that close all season long from any tier. I could be wrong, there could be another one, but jeez.
It's esports style, how close it is now.
Wow, what a qualifying session.
Let's wait for Andy to retire. And that'll be us.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jamie. I think Italy was close as well. I don't think the top 4 were that close. Remember rightly, 0.068 between the top 4. What a great start there. Jessie Racer doesn't have a mic, so unfortunately I won't be able to hear her thoughts about pole position, but I'm sure she is very, very happy with that. Because, I'll be honest, I thought she was under massive pressure after she cut the corner in that first run. Toxic. I thought she was under big pressure.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that fast. Some drivers, well, especially the rain coming down, is very impressive from all of them to get that close together.
So Jessie first, McCracken second, then Alfa Romeo 3-4, Williams Rogan 5th, Ferrari Tedison 6th, then Daniel, AlphaTauri, Haldinho, Immortal, and then Locker, your top 10. Now, one question I will like to point out to yourself. One thing I will like to point out to yourself, Toxic, is Lincoln Davis left the session. Hopefully he'll be either join back in. You got Alfa Romeo 3rd and 4th place. Obviously, Scotsman is challenging for the championship. Obviously, will Andy Yurskin allow Scotsman into 3rd place? Do you reckon?
I think it would be
You reckon team orders will start into play?
from what I've saw on the championship table, and that Scotsman seems like the faster driver, so it would be good if Scotsman got by and Andy could drive to his pace but hold up with some behind and then free up Scotsman from any trouble throughout the race. But we'll soon see as everybody's starting on the softs right now. Be interesting to see if Andy does a reverse strategy.
It might change for the race. Few people to watch out for. Those just outside the top 10, obviously source highest of those. Be on fresh tyres. Could come into effect.
We'll just... I'm still looking at tyres and no one's changing. Oh wait, Kabuki is in the mediums.
Yeah, I was going to say a few will change.
Yes. Just hopefully.
UK Demon saying Scotsman for the win. Andy and Rofu? Who's Rofu? Rogue. Oh, I was going to say who's Rofu? Rogue 3rd. Any other top 3 predictions in the chat, guys? Put them out there. What do you think, Toxic? Looking at this, gonna be close, I reckon.
Well, from Q3 it was really close. I think Jessie, Scotsman, and McCracken. That's who I'll go with.
Okay. Actually, I will say the one person that might watch out for, I guess, was the surprise of Q2, Jamie, down in 14th, because he was looking quite quick in Q1, wasn't he, on the softs?
Yeah.
So he could be one to watch, potentially, if he's able to pick his way through the midfield, because as you may know, Toxic, if you start down in that midfield, that kind of cluster between 8th and 14th is kind of not where you want to be. You either want to be at the front or at the back, but never in the middle, do you?
Nah, it's just the first column is always to sketchiest one. You're trying to get round yourself, keep yourself as close to the guy in front, but you've got to watch all around you because people make dives at all times. We've got 3 drivers of Jamie, Spurs, and Kabuki will be starting the mediums. I think that's all. As we just wait for the lobby host to get us underway.
Yeah, they're behaving themselves. Which by now, pretty much everyone knows, don't ready up before the lobby host. Unless they're completely brand new to the league. We're going to have 19 drivers, and hopefully should be a good race. Fingers crossed there's no issues. There's no major issues at the moment. A few lagged out. Throughout qualifying, but almost becoming the norm, unfortunately. But fingers crossed, gonna have a good race.
Yep,
a clean race as well. Alright, take us through, please, Rogue, our 19 strong grid.
I guess I'm just spun round already.
Oh! What's the Alfa Romeo doing?
So we've got Shadow Moses starting from the back.
What is... question? Carry on.
So we've got Shadow Moses from the back. Starfinite in P18. Kabuki in P17. Spurs P16. Tribal P15. Jamie P14, who'll be starting the freezing cold tyres. Timmer P13. Lincoln P12, who are also wearing really cold tyres. RSF1 Sauce. P11. RSF1 Locker. P10. Immortal. P9. Araldinho. P7. Daniel might be very vulnerable. The freezing cold tyres right in the midfield. Terrorist P6. Rogue P5. RSF1 Scotsman P4. Andy in P3. McCracken P2. And Jesse P1.
Thank you, Toxic. I have no idea what I've just watched. I don't know. I don't know why an AlphaTauri was backwards. I don't know why people checked up. I don't know why 3 or 4 people got sent to the grid, but as you say, they will be on cold tyres, so you've got to put it down to one side and try and have a good clean race.
I think it was Daniel that went in acceleration too fast.
I don't know why he was spinning at that point. Maybe he overcooked it. Maybe he won't spin up the rear tyres off the grid. I don't know.
Yes, they'll be looking very vulnerable off the start as everyone else just comes in.
So we got Timmer, Jamie, Spurs, Kabuki and Shadow Moses all on the medium tyres. I'm not going to get a good camera angle, am I? Out of this, but we're all gridded up. I think we're all going to be ready to go. Ready for the start as 3, 4, 5 lights for the F5 Grand Prix of Russia. And it's lights out of the way we go. As McCracken's got a pretty decent start ahead of Jesse. You've got the Alfa Romeo of Andy Newskin looking to make a 3 wide, but thinks better of it as we go through turn 1. There's 4 wide actually. The 2 Alphas, the Williams and the McLaren. What's the Alfa of a Scotsman? I think has flown into the lead. I think he has. No, he hasn't. He's backed out of it, and the Williams of McCracken's into the lead.
Oh.
As Jesse racing the second. There's a car sideways through the middle. Safety car from the start. Who was that at the beginning? Oh, it's Shadow Moses and Jamie were off into the wall there.
And Harold.
Araldinho. Safety car immediately.
Interesting to see the strategies. See where to go. Get the position changes up.
I'm amazed McCracken's actually taken the lead in that, because At the start there, you had the two alphas on the inside of McCracken and Jesse there, going 4 wide into turn 1, and somehow, even though I'm sure the alpha has got maybe checked up because he realised he cut the corner. I'm sure Scotsman was going to take the lead, but he's into second. Kraken's in the lead. Jesse down to third. Yuskin 4th. Pettis 5th. Mortal up to 6th. Tribal with a demon start up to 8th.
And quite a
From
few
15th on the grid.
large position changes. And Harold dropped to 11th positions, they might be happy with that. McCracken up 1, Scotsman up 2. We'll see who pits.
Racing point into the pit of Lockie. He had a bit of wing damage and all that.
Spuss, the Renault in with McLaren, RSF1 Sauce, Lincoln, and Jamie and Harold.
There's Ian as well.
But Harold came out that alright actually. He was on his side, not a pinch of damage. At least so far we've got
I
no
wonder.
no penalties yet.
Aldinho stays out. Penalties. So Jamie and Haldinho both got 10-second time penalties and all that. I don't know how. Spurs he had a 5 seconds, but he served it under that pit stop.
Yeah, grids all over the place, but Spurs, Lincoln and Locker are going on the hards. Which I think
That could be quite interesting because I don't think they need to pit.
no, the track isn't that bad for tyre. I think they will be alright. They should make it as Harold. Just went and got a penalty.
What do you reckon with those in the hard tyres, Toxic? Can they go to the end? Could they... Well, Pross in the chat is saying the hards are terrible.
Yeah, I've tried the hards around here. They are kind of sloppy compared to the rest. If they can keep it clean and keep a decent pace, I think they can do it. But it'll be interesting. The Ferrari at the back, Jamie's wanting the mediums, so he'll probably go on mediums, just soft. Maybe hoping for another safety car later on in the race.
Yeah, Demon's saying it all. They will last, but they are slow.
Yeah.
They can make them work and not pit again. They can still possibly get points from where they are. Is that a Mercedes with damage as well? I think that might be Kabuki with damage, potentially.
No.
No, it's just the lighting. Just the lighting. Right, so under safety car conditions. So, Source, Lincoln, Locker, Spurs and Jamie all pitted. Source and Jamie both on mediums. If you had like 2 sets of softs free, untouched, could you do a double soft stint from here?
Maybe. I don't know. Jamie pits again.
No, maybe a double soft stint, maybe possibly.
Jamie's just hopped at the pits to get his wing replaced again and another fresh set of mediums. Well, not fresh, I think maybe
I didn't think.
like it's Q2
I
mediums.
didn't think you can get. I didn't think you can get rid of a 10-second. A 5 you could.
Didn't look like,
Oh, he has.
didn't look like a 10
He has.
in there for 10 seconds.
He's got rid of it.
It's interesting. It's Harold's the only one currently with a time penalty.
So, interesting dynamic here. Scotsman, championship leader. Obviously, Jesse chasing him down. Now nose to tail. With McCracken leading this race.
I'm pretty sure safety car should be in this lap. I'm pretty sure Jamie will catch up before the end. As long as he's like going too fast.
Ah, that's the reason why Jamie had to. Oh, and the two Haas drivers have connected and both given each other 5-second penalties.
Will not be
No,
happy
actually,
about that.
Haldinho has just given Shadow 1. Haldinho is now on 15-second penalties. Jeez, that's a rough start. That he's had. Not very happy with that at all. Are we going in this lap? I don't think we are.
It's usually about now, I'll tell you. Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, there it is.
If they sort of slow up, we'll race lead up. Safety car
Yeah, so
get in.
Kraken's got to slow this up. He's got to time this perfectly to Scotsman. Two fellow Scotsmen's actually leading the race. Let's see, McCracken's got to catch Alfa Romeo off guard, and I think he's underway. Yes, he is.
The Scotsman gets a
Safety
lot
car's only
slight bit
just
of
got
here.
in. Front three of gaps. Jesse runs a little bit wide and didn't get the best run on. But we're back under racing again.
Everything's... And I'll get... See how this goes.
So we're looking for a move. Rogue looking for a move up on the inside of Immortal. Thinks better of it.
Yep, Jamie gets past first.
Slide.
The softs. So
Rogue looking the more racy, I feel. Although Andy is putting Jesse under a good bit of pressure. Highest in the mediums is Kabuki at the moment in 10th place.
Locker with a penalty.
Yeah.
Spurs has dropped off the pack a good chunk. 2 seconds.
It must have been a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
Back into the rhythm we go. Lincoln and Source.
The two Hassies having a good wee battle, but I wouldn't even want to battle my teammate, especially this early stages. Tribal.
Jamie's got past Locker. Looking on the back of Lincoln, so Jamie's desperately trying to recover here. Or might be having a look on the inside of Lincoln. Lincoln saw him, went to try and cover it. That could have ended in tears, but Jamie trying to pick his way through here.
He goes for the move.
Oh, he's got to be careful. He's got to go one at a time here. Actually, got a Mercedes and a Source and Locker having a go at each other.
Yeah, the back's getting really just split up a little bit.
Oh,
Scotsman.
Locker and Source side by side.
Scotsman's really close to McCracken right now.
Yeah, front five are pulled away from Immortal here, all on a train. Kraken leading it from Scotsman, Jesse, Andy, and then Teddist. And they are all within 2 seconds of each other.
Yeah, that's back six is looking 5 right now. He's looking very close. Moses is in AI mode. Back out.
I feel like at the moment, if Rogue can get by Immortal, he can start catching the guys in front, as Andy's got a good run on Jesse. Trying to go very outside. And Jesse just manages to hold him off. So the last thing she wants to attack Scotsman, and he's got his teammate Andy trying to put under pressure.
Scotsman's got a really good run at that. Oh, here we go. Almost into the back of McCracken there. Sure, DRS should be
Scotsman
going
must get a
now.
move on.
This we've got a Haas
Oh,
with
yellow
Shad
flag.
Moses just doing donuts. DRS, so Scotsman have a run on McCracken here. Yeah, you can see his speed.
Oh, here we go. Kraken's going to have to defend. Scotsman gets there before the corner, up on the inside. Oh, bit of contact. Just about all right.
Top
The
4.
Scotsman takes the lead.
Top 4 looking really close right now.
Mortal's caught
Okay.
back up a little bit, dragging Rogue along with him.
Oh,
So this
Timmy,
trainer 5 might be going to trainer 7.
that Harold gets pie start.
Tim are all over the back of Kabuki here for 10th.
Shadow
He'll
Moses
get
in
back up to the
for
front. Jesse's on the back of McCracken. Round the outside, McCracken just holds her off, but Jesse's still there up on the inside. And nice pass. There from Jesse, moves into second place. Chases after championship rival Scotsman as they all slide through the chicane.
Yes, very close right now. A big DRS straight as Scotsman's got a 1 second gap.
Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Ted is slowing right down. Allows... What's going on with Tedis? Why is Tedis going really slowly? Dropped off.
Nice.
Being passed by everyone. He's even been passed by Daniel. Gone back down to 9th.
What happened to him?
Oh, as Daniel got really caught out by the Red Bull braking in front, takes the escape road.
Yeah, the front 3 are starting to separate themselves.
That's... I don't know what was going on with Teddy. It looked like he was letting someone through for some reason, but then he was continued to be slow, and then he just got swallowed up by this train.
Yep, as Tamiya gets past Kabuki. It's back a little bit. Very racy as well. These two Harties aren't having a good race. Then both pitted now for fresh wins. Unfortunate for the last team.
Oh, here comes Andy. Good head of speed on McCracken. McCracken's early pace is starting to drop off a little bit. And he moves into third.
Daniel gets past Tribal. What's that? Rob looks like he's trying to get
Trouble
by.
going for a switchback. Thinks better of it.
Tribal looks like they run out the corner there, didn't really get it. We just start the big DRS train.
Oh, Daniel all sorts of sideways out the last corner. Tribal's going to get back at him, I think. Big run from the Red Bull. And he moves to the middle of the track.
Contact between Sauce and Locker. Locker hits a drift from the last corner. No damage though, as Daniel looking really close to Tribal. Into the outside. Go off there, not pick up anyway though. Yeah, the front 3 starting to break away now.
Oh, Daniel again. Oh,
Jamie.
what on earth did he keep that? Oh, Jamie's had a spin, turn 4.
It's the Reynolds coming round. That has wing off.
Contact between the two, maybe. Yeah, big wind damage for Jamie. That is a real shame. As Edison Daniel, there's battles all over the place.
Yeah, it's Rogue going for the move in the mortal.
Oh, right. No, oh, no. There's no way you got to get that back road, surely. Yeah, he does. I feel like Roy's getting a bit frustrated behind this Red Bull.
Guess he's taking time though.
Oh, Kraken's in. Early stop.
Interesting strategy.
Undercut maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe just his pace did seem to drop off a little bit, so maybe he's just thinking different tyres here. This looking around the outside of Tribal.
This is a
Nicely done.
pit window for the soft runners, I believe. As Tribal goes, yeah, right all in the back of Tedis. Looks like they're running out the corner. There's a battle ahead as well. Rogue and a Moto.
Yep. Jesse keeping within the DRS window, just under a second ahead of Scotsman in front. Andy Yuskin, who could potentially help his teammate by pressuring Jesse.
Yes, Rogue will be getting a run on the Moto here again because they also have no DRSs. Rogue
Surely
has
now.
no ERS anymore after that run.
Sweep.
Oh, maybe the...
Breaking down.
Oh,
Oh, sideways. Finally. Head of Immortal up to 4th place. Gets a time penalty, but he can at least put some distance between himself and that Rebel now.
Scotsman in the pit.
Ah. Kraken came out 14th on medium tyres, plenty of air.
I'm just not sure he comes out in all this.
Oh, Kabuki's round. Into the wall. Ah, is that not the corner? I think it is. He's got to wait for everything to go by, and he does.
Ooh.
Ah, it's a shame. He was doing all right.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe into the pits.
McCracken.
Surely, yeah.
On down the straight. Yep, he seems to have lost. Fine. I don't know if he was serving a penalty there or...
I don't think so.
Locker on the rear of Lincoln and the long left bend. Keep looking for a run into the next couple of corners onto the DRS straight.
Scotsman's catching up to the pair of them. He wouldn't want to be held up by these two.
Sauce has lost it on the straight.
Oh, virtual safety car.
It's on the straight.
How's he
It's just no rear wheel.
lost it there?
That
And
is
second question, how's that just a safety car?
virtual, yes.
I mean, a virtual, it should be a full one, but what it does do, it opens up the window for Jesse and for Andy to get out way ahead of
Yeah, top
Scotsman.
6, 7, low pitted. Oh, Sweden.
Rogue. Look at that.
It's-
This is perfect for Jessie. I think she's going to come out into the lead way ahead of Locker, because Locker's been all slowed up by the VSC. Where is
going
Scotsman?
again.
There is Scotsman last corner, and Jessie's just coming out the pits now. I think she's going to get the lead. She does, and crucially, she's got out ahead of Lincoln and Locker, who are just going side by side now.
Scotsman's
got to run.
Lincoln.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a lunge, that's a lunge, that's a... Oof.
It's... Jesse went wide.
As a... Yeah. And Andy's got out ahead of McCracken as well, as has Rogue. So that's not worked out for McCracken at all. As Scotsman on the inside of Lincoln and gets him done.
We've got the pass off again. Exact same corners. I'm just wondering how he goes off there. Just late braking or something, but his race.
So everyone has now stopped apart from Timmer. So Timmer leads this race.
Yep. The gaps are starting to spread out now. Scotsman's
I've
in the back of Locker.
I've just realised. Toxic. Locker and Lincoln are two of those that pitted on the first lap, or in the first safety car for hard tyres.
Yes. They're back up there, just with the hards able to blast to the end. Scotsman should have a running Locker here going into this big long straight.
Yeah, surely.
He's almost got it done before the DRS. Oh.
Gives
Nice.
them a right berth.
Scotsman will be
Off he
chasing
goes.
down Jesse now.
He's lost time though. 2
Yeah.
seconds now back.
Cracking off another penalty.
So, in terms of penalties, 3 each for Scotsman, Locker, Lincoln. McCracken's got 6 seconds now.
And Jesse's
So,
catching up with
oh.
this Timmer. It might
Oh,
end up getting held up.
it's all at the moment, because with Scotsman's penalty, it's all in Jesse Racer's hands at the moment. We're still only on lap 12, so a long way to go.
And she's going for the run on Timmer.
Oh, is Tim going to fight this?
Looks like it.
No.
This might give Scotsman the chance to get back up there.
And he's got by Lincoln. So
She'll dress you.
Locker and Lincoln gradually going back down the field on those hards.
Jesse must be stressing right now because the Scotsman got a bit full tension the last two corners. She's going to go by Timmer now.
Got some fastest lap of the race.
There we go. Jesse back in front. And pulling away from Timmer's Scotsman will be hunting him down as Rogue and Lincoln. Very close.
Close from Lincoln.
Yeah.
This is what we were saying about the hard tyres. They just can't really compete, can they? It's worth a shot from where they were.
Andy's in the back of Locker right now. Interesting. Interesting to see if they take the halves to the end as well.
Well, I was thinking if they pit now. If they pit now, they're definitely. I don't think they'll be getting points.
Maybe just be hoping for a safety car. So Haas again. Andy's flying by Locker.
Yep. Simple DRS pass.
On them fresh up mediums.
Bracken is close to Lincoln. Lincoln really struggling on those tyres now. Lincoln going back across ahead of McCracken. McCracken desperate to find a way by. Trying to go on the switchback, and he does.
Scotsman's now in the back of Timmer. He's going for the move straight out of the corner. Yep, now he'll be hunting down Jesse. We're now sitting on McLaren. Lincoln and Mortal flies by. Mortal going for the move in McCracken now. We're 2 in the 1 straight. Yep. Oh, this Lincoln coming back into this. Yep. 2 way round the big bend. It's very close there.
And the Uskin time penalty now.
Yeah, Mortal, Kraken and Lincoln are having this three-way battle in the midfield right now. Lincoln the ones in the hards.
Rowe's got to bide his time behind Locker. Locker, slight tap. Orley. Rogue's going by. I think maybe you're right. Maybe they should go onto a pair of softs.
Mortal going for the move on Lincoln here. Down the straight, he's flying. Watch for that move secure. Yep. He's going for McCracken again. He goes deep. Lincoln gets a chance to come back. Up, just misses it.
Just got no grip on those hards, do you?
Yes. Not the tyres they want to be on round here. And avoid them at all costs. As the field's really separating up this about a second to almost every driver.
You got Teddis and Daniel now closing in on Lincoln.
He's very vulnerable with it. He's not got DRS either. Teddis just being patient. Daniel making the move from Teddis? Nah. Really is Tribal retires in the pits.
Oh, Tribal.
In the pits.
That's retiring in the pits. He was 12th though.
Yeah. What happened?
That's an odd one because he was in 12th on for a point once the guys on hard hit if they did or they drop off. That's a weird one, but it moves. Suppose he's a bit too far back.
Yeah, his car's coming back out. That could cause problems in the The
Oh,
race.
Andy. Andy on Timmer. Sweeps by. DRS assisted overtakes at the moment.
Yep, Tiddis and Lincoln in the inside. It's flying by the hards.
Oh, okay, Tribal.
aren't
No worries.
working.
No worries, Tribal. All the best.
His car has
Right.
stopped and they're off the track. There we go.
Yeah, it's alright.
And Rogue
currently-
will be the next to have the move on Tim up. Tim's got
Rogue's still in the shout of the podium at the
he's
moment.
really low in ERS, 5%. His
Ooh,
teammate
we
goes
might
for
be having a
inside.
look through turn 4.
Yep. Oh,
Nice, Timmer giving him the room.
he's catching an Andy now.
And nice.
It's clean driving from both them drivers.
Yeah. Timmer understands he's not in the race of the front runners at the moment.
It's Rogue and Andy will be looking like Rogue will be looking for the move onto the straight here.
Yeah, in terms
Andy's-
of penalties at the moment, equal between. Well, actually, no. Rogue's on 14. How's he on 14?
That's
How
not
did he
good
get
for him.
14. I saw he was on 3 as well. How would add up to 14? How would that be?
Corner cuts. Another 10 seconds. Confused. There's Rogue in the back at Andy. Could be a bug.
Oh yeah, it could be. Can you check? Can you check what they are?
Yeah.
Please. 3 corner cuts and a 5.
Yeah,
When
that's
it's
that's
going for
what
the
it
move.
is. Yeah, he's actually got them.
What's the 5?
I think it was speeding in the pit.
Oh yeah, he did. He got that speed in the pit lane early, didn't he?
And he's currently on 2 warnings as well, so
Yeah.
could be on for another one soon. Hopefully not, but
Yeah,
Scotsman's
so
slowly getting closer to Jesse.
I'm sure if anybody's engineering Andy, as Immortal gets his first time penalty, he was on none, and now that puts him equal with all those around him.
Yeah, currently
Bracken's on the back of him.
Andy just needs to take his time. He's on for the points.
Andy's on for the podium at the moment. What with Rogue's penalty.
Yeah. Take his time, Red Bull, McCracken, nah.
Teddis is looking okay at the moment to jump up. He's on no penalties as it stands. The Kraken's got 9, Immortal's got 3, and you've got Locker knows hard. Lincoln is now outside the points on those hards, so that gamble hasn't really worked. But for Locker, he's actually making them work well-ish, isn't he? He's still in 6th, which considering he was 18th when he did it.
Hanging on. Shadow Moses just pulls over.
Timmer's in the pits. Soft tyres.
Scotsman's within a second now, 9/10 on Jesse. As
Rogue with another one.
Jamie gets on the
Didn't
move
mean
to
too
his
much.
first.
He...
Shadow Moses kind
Adam.
of causing a little bit of problems. He's slowing down, but
Yeah.
he's getting by.
Yeah, so Scott's been putting Jesse under a little bit of pressure now, because if Jesse cracks under the pressure and gets a time penalty herself, all of a sudden we're equal. I think that's what he's possibly hoping for. Either that, or he's hoping to catch, overtake, and get 3 seconds ahead, which I don't think he'll be easy to do.
No, well, the new update will see that he will have his penalties, so if he would take his
Ooh,
time.
Andy. Ah. I think Andy knows, because he had a big run on Rogue on the back straight and decided not to go for the lunge.
Scotsman's pulled out of the DRS now. He's dropped out. The half sector, he's a struggle there.
Mortal's now catching Locker.
He'll have a DRS when Street's also got the ERS to turn on. I'm pretty sure he'll get this move done. Yeah,
Oh.
Locker's got the ERS on.
Andy's got by Rogue.
Rogue's,
Running outside of turn 2.
Rogue's round outside of turn 4, by looks at it. Oh.
Oh.
So, Locker
Linking in.
and Mortal. Hassan as well. I think he might be calling it a night.
Yeah, Aberdeenio's had a good qualifying, but just the race has not gone well for him at all. It's a shame to see. Scotsman, I think you're right. I think Jesse seems to have Scotsman on the last sector, but for the rest of the lap, Scotsman reels that McLaren in.
Really catching up right now. There's a 10th, there's 2 tenths. It seems to just pull away. I think
DRS levels.
It's here, look.
Oh yeah.
That's where he really drops off.
Doesn't like that chicane at all, does he?
It's horrible. He should be in DRS though, so might be getting the run on this turn 1. DRS on. DRS enabled. Rogue gets another
Rogue,
penalty.
Another one.
Another one.
You're doing a me? He's doing a me. This is what I do.
McCracken. I'm will have a move on Locker here. Yeah, looks like it. And what was going to Locker's going defensive.
Be a lunge if be a lunge if he goes for it.
Locker
And the
defensive.
outside.
Could be a penalty. Daniel gets past Tedist. Turn 1, Tedist sticking on the outside. The back off now. The motor on Locker. Still fighting this.
Doing well. Doing well to fight it off. It's got one more penalty than Immortal though, so it could all be in vain. And he's got Daniel, Tedist and a charging Timmer at the moment, so that's the fastest lap of the race. Flying on a fresh set of softs.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Locker has to stay out on those hards. If he pits now, then it's...
That's his race done. He's told him that
Yeah.
well on Mortal. Mortal's got a DRS now. He's got fuel things popped up. And they're both about the same ERS as well, so it's an even fight. Scotsman will have the DRS and it's straight, yep. And Rogue is pitting.
Rogue's in.
Yes. Is he maybe retiring with the penalties?
No, you might as well stay out.
Yeah, he would have still got a...
Oh, he's retiring.
Yeah, he would have still got a position. If Immortal on lock-up, this will be it, surely.
It's a baffling one from Rogue.
Here he goes.
Very baffling. Here comes Locker moving across. Oh. The Malta having none of it. Can he get it stopped in time? Yes, he can.
Locker back up
Locker
inside.
retaliating though.
Oh,
Taking
2.
those on the inside for turn 4. You can just about see him through the trees.
Oh.
Immortal still there. A little bit tyre banning, but Immortal, I think, he's got it now.
Yeah, McCracken.
Oh,
No penalty.
rough
He's
pass.
McCracken's just enjoying this. He'll watch them fight it out. They pick off a couple folk.
Put Jamie into the points with Lincoln
This Lincoln goes
right up
by.
his gearbox.
Lincoln will take the point. Oh, they're both round. They're both for it. Oh.
A bit of contact, maybe.
Yeah, Jamie hit the inside of Lincoln
that.
and they both spun, and Jamie has front left end plate damage.
This train of cars for 4th place at the moment. We've got Locker on those hards are just steadily getting worse.
Yeah,
Crack it in there.
from what I'm seeing,
Kraken's
Jesse
got
seems
damage.
to have this covered off. I'll see if you can see it. And
Kraken's got damage.
Yep.
From someplace. You got Daniel and Tedis in there. Oh, but Kraken's in.
It's unfortunate. He should be able to come out in. I think he can come out that far, maybe P10.
Don't retire McCracken, he's still...
Oh.
Oh, why? 2 Williams! There were still points there. He would have got out ahead of Lincoln, most definitely.
Okay, just in the back of Daniel.
It's a weird one. Both of them.
We could have made it out as well and got at least a point.
That's what I'm saying.
A point's a point, isn't it? I'd rather have a point than nothing.
If Williams miss out on 3rd place in the overall Constructors,
We know
I know
who
who
we're
I'm
doing.
turning to. Yeah. Not saying we will, but you never know.
Jesse's
Has moved him to 8th,
Yeah,
Lincoln
J-
9th, and Jamie now in the points.
pulling away from Scotsman again.
Managing it,
Yeah.
managing that gap. Seems to be getting just enough out the last sector to pull away.
Yeah, she's picking up time. Scotland seems to really struggle in this corner. She's, yeah, there you go. 2, 3, 4 attempts.
Right, I'll keep it on the penalties on lap 22, so it's still in Jesse's hands. Even if Scotsman gets by, I don't think he can pull 3 seconds.
Tedis
So as long as she keeps clean.
on Daniel on the straight, probably here. Very close now.
Tedis is clean, ahead of the 2 ahead of him, 6 and 9 respectively. He's even within 3 seconds of Immortal at the moment, but he's got to keep pushing. He could still get 4th place.
Maybe a dive down here if turn 1.
Nah, too far back.
Yeah. Daniel.
Oh, that's a horrible run.
I think Daniel went to go defensive just in case and goes to him. And that
Position
was-
change. Immortal up 5, Locker up 5, Timmer up 5. Good drives there.
Block on. A crash.
That's it to 3.
Yep, we've got a
Kabuki.
Kabuki round.
Oh, Kabuki's off. Oh, that's an interesting place.
Needs to move now. He's in neutral. Oh, I
Come on,
can't.
put him in reverse. Put him in reverse. There you go. There you go.
Oh.
You found reverse.
They're just coming. They're just
Down with
coming.
us.
Go, go, go.
In it
my God.
round! Oh, why is he still?
Oh.
Oh, no! Oh, and he's been disqualified as well. That's...
Oh.
that was too close.
What a heart attack.
That was far too close. It's a very good thing Jesse was very much aware there.
It's got a wee bit of practice into the learning of the gears. Oh.
No, it's like he was struggling to find reverse, found reverse,
And
to take it to the middle of the track and just stopped. Like, move!
Oh.
Pettis, here we go, down to turn 2 again.
That would have been a shame for Jesse
Close
if that was a collision there.
Awareness was on point.
It's Jamie
And a flat set to
Us.
3, all for nothing. That's
Off
not all for Moses.
again. I don't
Moses
know.
off again.
It's just. I wonder how he goes off there.
Immortal, another time penalty. So Tedis is now well within 6 seconds of Immortal. So despite Tedis being in 7th, he's going to drop up, leap up to 4th, and I think he knows that. I don't think he's pushing as much as he 100% can to get past Daniel ahead of him.
It's that battle between Jamie and Haas, yep. Jamie's his fastest lap.
Takes the point away from anybody.
I think he can catch up.
I just realised Timmer as well, who is also clean in terms of penalties. has been rapidly catching this train ahead because he's on the sauce. He was 14 seconds the last time I checked. Only 2 laps to go, but if he keeps up this pace, he could get another couple of places.
Yeah, he's looking very racy. Daniel Kelly, Daniel was looking maybe get the move done in this straight here on Locker. Like, if he doesn't have DRS. And they're both really low in ERS, so they kind of fight it out. A bit too far back for a dive, I think. This might benefit Tedis a good chunk if they keep battling it as they do.
Tedis doesn't want to jump off too much. He's still in a... He'll get the 2 ahead of him, but he's still in a kind of battle with Immortal. Doesn't want to drop back too far.
His Locker looks like he's struggling a little bit with the tyres right now. Daniel's all over the back of him.
Tell you what, Locker's very much impressed me.
Yeah,
in these hard tyres.
Especially in the tyres, yeah. Dreadful round here. Yeah, Scotsman's really dropping off of Jesse now. There's Daniel. I don't think he's close enough for that move. Just looks like he's trying to set up a wee bit of EIS.
That is starting to close back in.
That Jamie on Harold.
Howard has 20 seconds worth of penalties. And
Jamie goes to the dive.
Bertie's just...
Oh, Jamie's out. Yep.
Oh! Ferrari spinning.
He went for a dangerous dive and consequences came along with it.
Here comes Daniel on the back of Locker down to turn 2. DRS and ERS in there. Going for the outside.
Now Tedis is right up the back of them. Whereas Daniel gets a little bit locked off. Tedis right in the back of Daniel now.
Had to take the escape road. Or the non-penalty thing. You've got to go to the left of that sign.
Yep. It's three-way battle between these 3, Locker, Daniel and Tedis. Tedis gets an amazing
thinking
run.
of a move.
Makes a really good run at this. Another place for to move this corner. Just holds on.
Oh, Tedis has a penalty. Tedis got time penalty. And he's now more than 3 seconds behind Immortal. This battling Locker and Daniel's not helping him.
As we're about to go into the lap, I believe.
Move on. Daniel thinking about it. Locker's making that racing point as wide as possible. Jamie's out.
Car
Tired.
right in front of Jessie right now. Is she going into the last lap?
Yep, just on the last lap, and that gap's gone up to 2.7. There's 1 more lap to go.
Oh, Daniel all over the back of Locker looking for this move, going into the last lap. Hedis in the back of Daniel as well, maybe looking for that pull down the straight. See how this goes. Daniel got the speed yet. He's maybe a dive here. Ted's kind of dropping off a little bit.
Last lap's going to have to.
Oh, is that a win? Is that a better win? Oh, is Daniel?
Oh, might be. Locker back up on the inside. Again, takes the place back.
Is there any damage there? Ted is tall.
Oh! Daniel goes off. Oh, time penalty for Jesse in the last lap.
Should be good.
Yeah, it's fine still. The Scotsman's got 6. But Jesse, there's got a few more corners to go. The frustrations of qualifying in Q3 were firmly put to one side as she took pole position by the slimmest of margins ahead of this race. And she has controlled this absolutely perfectly after the VSC. She took the advantage, ran away with it, and has won the Russian Grand Prix at Tier 5. Congratulations for Jesse. Scotsman P2.
Oh. Teddy's
Andy
Immortal.
into third place. Immortal's going to get fourth, I think. Him with a time penalty of himself, so I think Pettis might leap to fifth. He does. Immortal keeps fourth. Pettis fifth, Daniel sixth, Timmer seventh, Locker drops to eighth. And then the last 2 point is going to go to Lincoln and then Spurs because Haldinho's got 23 seconds of penalties.
Mostly a clean race there. It was very good from the top group, especially Teddy's, Daniel and Immortal in the last couple of laps there. Lincoln secures P9.
Definitely intriguing.
Yep. And round come the last two.
Yeah, Haldinho's going to drop back and then Spurs is going to pick up the last point for Renault.
Yes.
Another time penalty. Wow. So there we have it. Very good driving from those guys. I don't think I saw anything malicious really. Good, hard and fair racing.
Couple bumps in the first lap, a wee bit of contact throughout the race, but nothing too bad. A good race all round.
Ooh. And Jessie has done all that she can in this race to catch, or to start catching Scotsman in the lead of this championship.
So
Scotsman still be happy with second and Andy getting third place. That's a double podium for Alfa Romeo. They had a very strong week in the overall Constructors Toxic. They are continuing going on strong. And no points for Mercedes at all.
well, I'll send invites out. Scotsman.
Jessie doesn't have a mic, but she will probably message me with her thoughts.
And
So these are your results. Jessie Racer first in the McLaren, second for Scotsman, third for Andy Yuzgan, fourth for Immortal in the Red Bull from ninth. That's a solid drive from himself. Pettis fifth in the Ferrari, sixth for Daniel in the AlphaTauri, seventh for Timmer in the AlphaTauri. Good points for the AlphaTauri boys. Locker 8th after going really long on the hard tyres. Lincoln Dave 9th, Spurs 10th. Haldinho, Orphan, Moses, Jamie, McCracken, Rogue, Tribal Source and Kabuki. Points.
You alright, guys?
Hello.
how we doing?
Yeah, no bad. I was a well-timed VS here.
Well, he was. It was the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, mate.
Sometimes they go for you and other times they don't. It's the way.
Sound like the Mandalorian. This is the way. Cheers, mate.
Right.
Well done, Andy.
Right, tick the box, please, so everyone can hear your thoughts at the end of that race. And pretty interesting race that was, with an early safety car, virtual in between, and good battles all the way through. But if I do third and you do second toxic,
Yeah.
So I invite Jessie
Wait.
on that different account.
Jessie doesn't have a mic,
Alright.
but she'll probably send me a message or something. I'll invite her anyway.
I've sent her one. I've sent her one there.
Prost is already blowing the Alfa Romeo trumpet. But we go to
is he?
Andy Yuzkin. Yeah, he already is. Already is. Let's go Alpha, yay! So P3 for Andy Yuzkin in the first of the Alfa Romeos. Your first podium? Or was that
That was my first
maybe
podium,
more than
yes.
one? Oh, well done. Well done. You had to fight for it, and all evening you've been looking on pretty good pace today. In the amazing cluster at the top of the timing pages in Q3, which is great to see. Obviously started alongside your teammate.
hmm
Yeah, so alongside your teammate, and had looked to have a very steady pace throughout the race. Had to fight off Rogue, especially for the middle and the end of that race. But obviously Rogue, with his time penalties, chose to retire, I think, towards the end of the race.
hmm
But still, take nothing away from you. Very, very solid drive. I always say your first podium and your first win is always your best one, no matter how many come after that. But yeah, looked very impressive. So got to be very happy with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Good points for the team. That's all I'm happy about. And I was quite surprised when Rogue pitted, because I thought he could still get some points. There was not really any point in him pitting. But you know, I had quite a big sigh of relief when he pitted. I'll be honest.
Yeah, because there was I think it was a gap back to Mortal at that point. So you just had to bring it home, and bring it home you did. Is Russia a strong track for you?
I would say out of all the tracks, that was my best track. I just felt good in every single aspect of it. And the upcoming Japan is my worst by far. So you know, it's two contrasts.
Just a bit of practice, mate. Just do that.
I'll try.
Obviously we got Suzuka next in the calendar. So what are your thoughts heading into that track? Very tricky one.
I mean, I've not really raced on that track at all before, not even online. This is my first game as well, so not even in the last few F1s. And when I have raced on it, it's been bad. So I'm not really confident, I'll be honest, but you know, I'll try my best.
Well, yeah, all the best to you. Prost, yes, I do like cheese. Why are you asking? Seems to be a weird question to ask. Yes, well done on your third place, your first podium in RSF1, so congratulations on the achievement.
Thank you.
Alright, moving on to the other Alfa Romeo that finished in second place. Over to you,
Scotsman.
Toxic.
Okay, Scotsman, well done in that second place. How did you feel the race went for yourself?
Crap. Should have got first.
Oh, you're second!
It doesn't matter. I was there. I was first. I pitted perfect. I got in and Jesse kept going and I thought, right, this is perfect. I'm going for the undercut. And I was going to get it. And then the VSE came out and just totally F-bombed my race. And then even that, when I came out, I could still see her. And I think, is it one, she passed one or two, we got past one or two cars. I think, was it Locker and then Timmer maybe? So, got past him and I was catching her and I got within the 1 second. And I had a good opportunity to stay close enough and then just try and get past her on the main straight. But see, just coming under the bridge and then the next chicane after that, I sort of caught, when I caught the corner, the car went too light and I was starting to slide just a little bit. So
We're not losing a bit of time in the last sector there, it looked.
just that last bit, but I think what it was, at first, before I pitted, I was going to go an extra lap. The softs just felt a bit like really, they weren't getting any grip just at that sector there. So I thought, right, now I'll just pit the now and get the undercut. And then after that, it felt alright, but I think it was the way I was taking the corner. I was just coming in and catching the curb too much, which was putting the car a bit light.
As a difficult corner.
Aye. Didn't get me wrong, it's a good result, especially a 2-3 finish for the Alpha. I mean, if you had said to me at the start, will you take that? Definitely, because I was putting up in the garage. Don't expect much because My race pace never felt fast, even my quali pace, and I didn't know what everybody else's quali was, but I was like in the high 131s, and I thought, no, I was expecting 10th. I was expecting to get knocked out like Q2 or be last in Q3. So to come away with that, I'm more than happy, but just the way that the race could have went, obviously, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. So
Aye.
it is what
Coming
it
into
is.
the last sector, there was that Mercedes spun round. You almost
Oh,
hit
aye. Kabuki.
Jesus.
Kabuki,
Really?
did they put the handbrake on?
it. He couldn't find the reverse.
Struggling to find the gear,
Oh,
I
was
think.
he?
And then he
I don't
got
know.
into the middle of the track and couldn't find first.
Right. It's normally push to the left and then up the way, Kabuki.
Moving on
Yeah,
to
that
Japan
was...
next week, how you feeling towards that?
If I put the practice in, I'm feeling no bad. But then again, I was feeling good at the start of Russia. But I think if it stays dry, I think I'll be good for Japan. But Japan is known for being quite wet, so just need to put the practice in, mate. I can, as I say, I can put in some good times, but it's just all depends if I get the practice this week. Which I'll plan to do it. I'll definitely plan to spend quite a bit on Japan, because I'd say out of the remaining ones, Japan's probably my least one that I'm looking forward to.
The first set become a bit tricky. Up the left, right,
Aye,
in the bend.
aye.
Aye, so
I sometimes lose a wee bit. See, like the chicane that you need to drop down into first or second. It's like a tight chicane. I lose a little bit there. Not a chicane, sorry. It's like a hairpin type thing. So I lose a wee bit there, but I'm looking forward to it. As I say, I'm always looking forward to my races. So
well, we might see you back in the box next week.
let's hope, my man. Let's hope.
Aye.
Let's hope.
Right, well done.
Cheers.
Yeah, congratulations on your second place Scotsman. Keep the championship lead,
Yep,
but it has been cut into a little bit, so still there.
Can I ask who got the fastest lap?
Jamie.
I think
Yeah.
Jamie got it.
Jamie got it,
Yeah, was Timmers, and then I think Jamie got it.
Right.
Well, he was outside the top 10, I think, so...
Aye. I think he
He gets the
retired
point.
just before the end, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. I did get a comment from Jessie. She's happy with the win, but not happy with the mistake made in qualifying, and obviously everyone knows the mistake because it was put on in the chat. Now, something I would say, if you can hear me, Jessie, is don't give up on this just yet. And obviously I'm being neutral here, Scotsman, by the way, and anybody else listening, I'm being neutral.
I've already messaged her and just told her it's not
Yeah.
over yet.
Yeah. Last season in F4, when I commentated on it, going into Japan, we had Quaker Oates. Sorry, Quaker, if he is actually listening, to remind him. He had a healthy lead in the championship, and it was whittled down until the last race in Singapore, and Maniac took it on the last race. So even if Scotsman by the end of Japan has a healthy lead, it's by no means over. No means. So don't give up on it just yet. Never. If you're in a mathematical chance, there is still always a chance. Always. So come back strong. Whether that be Japan or USA, come back strong in the next race you do. All the best to you, and a very good race today. You've got to be proud of the race you did, because the qualifying lap, pretty much the only lap you done. But yeah, the next race you do, don't give up on that. All right?
Definitely no. Never give up. I could smash.
Definitely
I could wipe myself out in Japan.
Scotsman cannot finish the next three.
Shushed.
Obviously, get be neutral.
Don't say that.
Yes. And regardless, even if Scotsman wins the title, you've done yourself proud, Jesse. Honestly. So anyway, we
Take
need
each
to wrap
race as it
things up.
comes. That's the way I see it.
Yes.
Don't be thinking about it. Just you won today. You had one last week as well, so that's points for each one. You never know.
Of course.
You might just pull it back in America or in USA or whatever. I mean, anything can happen. Right. Well said.
Yes. Rest in peace, Ella, as well.
Yep.
For the game attack you used.
Well, was that actually her
Yes.
game of tag? Right.
Yes, I believe it was.
Right.
It was.
Rest in peace.
Anyway,
Actually, glad you got the
we
win.
need to wrap things up here today. What a great race in Russia. F5 definitely put on a show, and they will be moving on to the formidable Suzuka International Racing Circuit, where Scotsman said it could rain, the Japanese Grand Prix, and then we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 races afterwards. Almost supposed to tear in my eyes, gone by too quickly.
Mm-hmm. We're going to break before
Yes.
before Christmas, isn't it?
It's a break after Mexico, I believe.
Yeah.
And then New Year is Brazil and Abu Dhabi to finish things off.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they'll be back next week in Japan. But in terms of Russia, we have a couple more races left. We have the F1 boys next up, with Easton leading the championship, but he's got his teammate Lando and Corey Marshall snapping at his heels. And then in F4, we've got the Alpha show at the moment, but you got Duffer Lump in the Racing Point also in that title fight. There's still plenty of stories to tell for the rest of this week. Make sure you join us 8 o'clock tomorrow. Monster Skyline and LR Blazer Guns taking you in the combox. And then Thursday F4, myself will be back in with Brutal Reapers, where my co-convoi tonight, Toxic, will be hoping for a good result around there on Thursday night.
Yep.
How was that for you, Toxic? Good race to watch?
Aye, qualifying, especially Q3 was very close near the end, and the race was really close, not much damage, very clean racing from what I saw, so it was good racing for everybody. Well done, Andy.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. So, your podium today, third place for Andy Yuzgin in the Alfa Romeo. A double celebration for Alfa Romeo's Scotsman in second. And the win for McLaren and for Jesse Racer. Rest in peace, Ella. I've been RSF1 Bundle. Thank you for your company, Toxic.
No bother. I'll see you at the next
Don't worry,
week again.
guys. Don't worry, guys. If you missed the now, that's my worst attempt. If you missed that, Raikkonen will be back next week, so don't you worry about that. I figured it's the thing that he does. He does it so well, so I left it to him. Hopefully you enjoyed the race, and see you next time. Take care as always. Keep yourself safe. We're nearly through this, etc. Keep safe, and see you next time.